Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more. Do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, yeah. And she gon' work that right. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. No more phone me blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might become an addict. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it now, I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, and you know what's next, stay. You been rockin' with an all-star, baby, and I know you coming early like a 5-star, baby. Packing out the seat, this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more. Do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, yeah.
Yeah, head up in the clouds, though they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test, now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen him down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a meal, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm pushing up the bass. Told him come down and I'll meet him at a gate. Got a check and I bought myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream and Al Jr.'s neighbor, who apparently screams welcome back too. But yeah, shout out to the Mafia. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another amazing live stream. And here we are, guys. Last night, on the live stream, we were looking at our next target to the upside. We even marked it out live here on stream. Here comes the chair, already giving me problems today. But yeah, we're looking at that target. Oh my God, guys, this chair is brutal right now. But yeah, last night, guys, we were looking at some upper targets for Bitcoin as we were looking for that move to the upside. And we flipped that key level of resistance, guys, and we got that move up to our next target. So we're going to be talking about how high we can go here. Is the pump over? We're going to take a look at why that might not be the case. Shout out to anybody who took a look at our market update earlier. We're going to go over some of that stuff as well. We do have some bullish signs popping up on the higher time frames, but as always, guys, it's not just all shameless bulls and butterflies here. We are going to take a look at that potential opposite end of the coin and take a look at if there's anything we should be worried about. Because as you guys know, with a 50 basis points rate hike, that's what we're calling it. We're calling it a 50 basis point rate, guys. A rate hike is a rake. But yeah, somebody said it in chat. You know, sometimes this is not necessarily up and to the right. So we're going to talk about that. It's we've been covering this for quite a while on the channel. You know, I covered it yesterday as well. It doesn't necessarily mean we're just going to rip up, even though we got that bullish news and we got that rally. I'm going to show you guys what we were looking at earlier today in the market update with those previous rate cuts, kind of what we saw happen. But again, I do think this time is, not want to say this time is different, but it is hard to compare this time to any other cycle as things are a lot different right now. But we're going to cover everything. I'll show you guys the next big target for Bitcoin, guys. And recently, especially in the premium Discord, I was saying to them last night, ever since, we'll talk about it when we get into the charts. But before we get into it, guys, smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get gives you guys some free chances to win some free crypto on tomorrow's live stream. It's Thursday, right? Give you guys some extra chances to win some free crypto on tomorrow's live stream. We will be giving away some Cardano. I don't think we hit any like goals, unfortunately, this week. But if we hit 550 likes, maybe I think we're going to change the way we do these giveaways at some point. But yeah, if we got 550 likes, we'll give away some Frankie Candles hats. We'll also give away some extra crypto. But yeah, let's see. Next stop, POC. Shout out to E-Rock. Let's go, bro. I like the way you think. But shout out to E-Rock. We got Villa Senor in the chat. We got Jesse. He said, my thumb. Shout out to Jesse. I guess he hit that like button, guys. Smash that like button. We got 12 big in the chat, says LFG. What is going on, bro? We got Brazuka in the chat. Brazuka King says crypto up on the weekend. And we're going to, again, I want to show those bullish signals, guys, because we are getting some money flow crossovers on some key levels. If you missed the market update, I'll show you guys in today's live stream. Shout out to Al Jr. said, I have you on surround sound now in my backyard. So, yeah, my neighbor is Bing Bong Hood Mafia. Hey, Al's neighbor, Bing Bong. Shout out to you, bro, all the way from New York. You get a fresh Bing Bong. Shout out to Al's neighbor. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's see. The Mubarak says likes are too low, guys. Smash up that like button. Get 550 likes. If we get 600 likes on tonight's live stream, guys, I don't know. We might have to bring back the Wheel of Pain, guys. We might have to bring back the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. Actually, I think we're going to. I think we're gonna bring back the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure, but we're gonna soup it up and we're gonna make it real fun. Might take a few days, maybe a few weeks to get it ready, but we're gonna soup that thing up. But anyway, guys, with all that being said, smash that like button until we're not looking at the charts until we hit 150 likes. That's it. I'm standing firm. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts and see if we can predict the next move here on Bitcoin. And like I said, guys, as we're taking a look here, whoo, baby, guys, we are honestly right on track. And I don't want to pat myself on the shoulder. I don't like to, talk about, obviously we're going to say if we're right or wrong here. But I never do this to brag, right? But I do just want to, kind of brag about TA not being astronomy for crypto bros, right? Or astrology for crypto bros, right? It is not. There's 100%, TA can be extremely effective in predicting where price is going to go. But it is not something that you could just look at and then bet the farm on thinking it's going to play out 100% of the time. It's not that simple, right? But I do want to talk about this because, guys, as we were, deviating below this volume profile, as you guys know, you do not want to get overly bearish here. This is typically where we like to look for long positions, and we were looking for longs in the premium Discord, specifically down here closer to $56,000. I believe that was, let me just make sure here. No, I'm sorry. Down here at about $55,000, $55,000 with this 90-minute money flow crossover was the big thing that we were looking at to predict that move to the upside. And ever since then, right, let me hide the current range. And I'm going to talk about the next major target to the upside, guys, because it's getting pretty saucy. It's getting pretty saucy. But, as we look at this kind of local range that we had down here, as we deviated below this local range, this is where we were looking at that 90-minute, let me zoom in here a bit, with this 90-minute money flow crossover into the green, on top of a green dot on that daily time frame, that 1/16th market cipher B strategy was able to give me an inkling that we may be able to get a continuation up into our value area, hold that value area low to support, and all of these targets have now gotten hit. We came up here to the first target at about $56,000, which was the value area low. Target acquired. Next target was that POC. Target acquired. And then the next target after that was the value area high. Target acquired. And now if you guys were looking, actually let me pull up the long position, which I am still holding. I have taken a little bit more profit off of this trade, but we are still up about 85%, $2,000. Glad I held this over the overnight. But as you guys know, yesterday on the live stream, when we were kind of, let's see here, bada boom, what was 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is not in regular time here. But obviously, guys, that next target from yesterday was sitting up here at that $62,350,000 786 Fibonacci retracement. And shortly after the stream, we did wind up getting that move up into that target, making that $62,300 level that last fourth, almost fifth target acquired. We got value area low, POC, value area high, and then that $63,000 or $62,350 786. So can we get our fifth target? I don't even know. I'm losing count. But we got all these levels to get hit, and there's no guarantees we're going to come up to those next targets. But as you guys know, that next major, or actually, I'm sorry, 62,350 was the next target. No, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fifth target because that 786, let me pull that 786 for you guys real quick because that was an important level of resistance, guys. And the fact that we have cracked that was kind of the thought process behind, whoops, that was the wrong fib. That is the thought process behind the thumbnail here on the market update earlier was the fact that, key resistance was broken. And that key resistance was very simply put, this 786 Fibonacci retracement, right? $62,350 because this is the level where if we are going to get a bigger rejection to the downside with a break of structure to lower prices, this could be that lower high, or that could have been the area where it would be a high likelihood of a lower high coming in before breaking structure back to the downside. And what happened? We ripped right through it, and obviously that was the next target to the upside where we had to assess price action. But obviously we hit it, we rejected a little bit, wiggled sideways, bing bong sideways for 2 minutes, and then got that next rip to the upside, and that brought us up to the next target that we were looking at yesterday. We brought this up on the live stream as well, and that was up here between about $63,500 and $64,500. And you guys can see, not only did we have the naked volume profile here, let me shrink this up so you guys can see a little better. Not only did we have the naked volume profile here from the old area of consolidation we had up at these prices, but we also have a lot of other confluence up here, such as a anchored VWAP from the top of the range, right? We also have the daily naked point of control, which was almost tapped to the dollar there, sitting at about 63,891. We also have the POC of the range, the fresh weekly level, fresh daily level, a monthly level, and another daily naked point of control. Tons of, confluence up here, guys, sitting in this range of resistance. And it was nice to see the target hit. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't know, I was obviously looking for some kind of resistance on the 786, which obviously we did get. But, I'm glad that we got above it. But I'll be honest, I did not think that we were just going to come up here and just get a little pullback and then just rip right back up. I did not think we were going to hit this target so fast. But I want to talk about the next target to the upside, and I already saw some people in the chat. Shout out to Dynastic Wolf. Dynastic Wolf. Shout out to you. Dropping those candles in the chat, guys. Candles in the chat if you want to see our next target hit. Go ahead and drop those candles. But here's the thing. This is a big level of resistance, guys. Like I just said, like many, many levels of confluence up here. 2 daily naked points of control, a monthly horizontal, a weekly horizontal, a daily horizontal, plus the naked value area, and as you can see, I know it's a little hard to see here, but from the top of the range, this anchored VWAP from the all the way up here at the top of the range is flowing here, flowing right through this zone as well. Let me actually just go ahead and thicken this line up so you guys can see it a little bit better. So there you go. I'll actually change the color as well. Maybe I'll make it a little bigger. Why is this thing so hard to see? Oh, there we go. We got to make it, we'll make it yellow, right? So you guys can see it, and we'll just pop it up there, right? So that anchored VWAP is coming in right through that range. So there is a ton of confluence sitting in this zone. Now, this does not mean that we cannot get above it, right? This does not mean we can't get above it. And I'm going to show you guys the bullish signals on Market Cypher B that are potentially presenting themselves right now that could call for that higher target to get hit. But, yesterday we were talking about how if we were able to get up to the 62,350, that was the next level. That was the level we marked out on Femex yesterday. Shout out to Femex. If you guys want to start learning how to trade, you can check out Femex's demo trading feature. We actually have a video of it on the channel. But if you guys want to do that, check out the links in the description down below. And if you can't get on Femex, depending on where you live, check out Blowfin. They also have a sick demo trading, so you can learn how to trade risk-free with fake money before you actually load up the live account. But anyway, yesterday we marked out that target, which was 62,350. We came and hit that target, broke above it. Now we're at this next target, and here's the thing, right? If we are able, right, to get a breakthrough here, right, I'm not saying that we can't just rip through it, but there is probably going to be a decent chance, right, that we are going to get some kind of turbulence. And you can see we're already starting to resist that first kind of portion of this resistance, right? We have the anchored VWAP and that value area low starting to get hit. And we came up in, and now we're starting to get a little bit of a pullback, right? And this is why you want to be subscribed to the channel, guys, because we have been looking at these levels time and time again over the past couple of days, or even the past couple of weeks. But here's the thing. Let's assume, right, we're not going to get a huge pullback. And I'll even talk about some support levels I'm looking at if we do get a pullback. If you are not in a long position like we are, we could potentially look at some levels that may be kind of a good support to look at. But let's just assume that we may be able to get that move to the upside. And before I show the next target, which I think a lot of you guys already know, I do want to kind of just talk about the bullish scenario happening on Market Cypher B right now that could potentially call for those higher prices. But we're now above this purple box, guys. Like, this is generally looking pretty good, for the time being, right? For the time being. I'm not necessarily calling for all-time highs just yet, but this is looking good for the time being. This was our major level of resistance with the Golden Pocket 786, and now we've cracked through that. As long as we're able to stay above this level, I do think we have a chance at, trying to at least attempt to get above these next levels at 63.5 up to 64.5, right? And then once we get above that, I mean, guys, I'm going to get rid of this zone, right? Just to kind of show it. That was a major level of resistance. We got got the pullback, and now we're breaking through it. But now this is no longer resistance because we're above it, so I'm going to take it off the chart, and now we're left back here finally with our clean volume profile that we've been looking at for months. And as you guys know, with the value area low, the POC, and the value area high, if we wind up remaining above that value area low at $60,000, about $60,000. As long as we can stay above that level, guys, we could begin and continue our journey up to that POC sitting at $67,000. And if we're able to get above that, that is where I would start to think, hey, things might be getting really exciting. We know we have a lot of liquidity, as we've looked at many a times on the liquidity heat map. We have a lot of liquidity sitting up at $70,000, and the closer we get to that, the more likely it is going to act as a magnet and suck us up, at least to come sweep that liquidity. Now, whether we get up there, get sucked back into the range and back down to the low is another story, but at that point, I do think as we reassess the situation, we would be able to see if that money flow on the higher daily time frames. As you guys know, this is kind of one of the main things, or one of the only things that are really looking somewhat bearish, at least from a technical perspective, is the fact that the money flow in the 3-day is still in the red. 4-day money flow also, it is coming up locally here, but it's not enough to write home about yet. This could easily just roll over for another lower high. But, if we were to get a move up here, right? Very simply put, you're above the value area low. Hold this level as support. Next likely place for price to go is going to be that POC. Understanding you have those local levels of resistance that could likely give us some turbulence. But for the most part, value area low to POC, POC to value area high, if you could flip that level. Now, if we get up to that POC, I do think we'll have an opportunity to kind of reassess the situation. And at that point, if we do get that move up, I do think that, at that point, we can go back to those higher daily time frames and say, hey, now the 3-day money flow is starting to come back into the green. That 4-day money flow is really starting to come back into the green. And then maybe we could kind of see things turn around here. But I do think there is an opportunity to come up here, and I'm going to show you exactly why. I'm going to show you those bullish signals popping up on Market Cypher B. We took a look at this morning on the market update, but I'll just kind of refresh anybody who might have missed that market update earlier today. Make sure you don't miss the next one. They are saucy. Let's see. Stuck in a short at 61,350. No stop loss, down 5K. No, Jenny, no. Oh God, it's okay, Jenny. It's okay. We're gonna pray to the crypto gods, and we're gonna try to get it. We're gonna try to get that back for you. Shout out to Jenny. I'm sorry you're going through that, but yeah, we'll try to get it. We'll make some phone calls. We'll make some phone calls and try to get it back up there. Let's see. Let's take a look here. So one thing is, right, weekly green dot is printing, right? Typically, we do see this give us a move up. Obviously, last time we had this nice little green dot, this was a little bit more of a trigger wave. That was able to get us to move back up to the range high. And then that last green dot we had back here was able to get us at least back into the value area, which is, we didn't get to stay up there, but we got that move up, and now we are printing another one here, guys. But the reason this one might be interesting and may be able to point to the higher prices could be because the money flow crossover on the 10-hour is now in play. Now, this does not necessarily mean, I want to remind you guys, especially if you're new to the channel, right? Money flow, these purple and blue waves, right, red and green if you have the default settings on, indicate money leaving and entering the asset, right? Or overall, the way I interpret it is it identifies the overall trend, right? When you see money flow crossover into the green, it means the trend will likely continue up. But inside that trend, you can have pullbacks like this, like that, and maybe whatever kind of pullback we're going to get here, because I'm going to talk about why a pullback might not be out of the question either, but not a massive dump, right? Because this money flow crosses into the green, right? But there it is in all of its glory. And when you have that 10-hour money flow crossover into the green with a weekly green dot, that could potentially give us a little bit of a significant move up, right? And it's kind of that 1/16th Market Cypher B strategy that we talk about with the high time frame green dots and the lower time frame money flow crossovers, and the weekly and the 10-hour are conjoined. That's kind of the two big ones that I like to look at. And you can see, I showed this earlier today. Last time we got a money flow crossover into the green here, we were able to identify that this trend locally was going to break to the upside. Oftentimes people ask me, Frankie, I get the volume profiles, looking for the shorts at the highs to go back to the POC and the low, and then back from the low to the high, back from the high to the low, back from the low to the high, and based off the laws of the volume profile, it is more likely, and that's the good thing about the volume profiles, is they give you those magnetic levels that you could kind of rely on. But here's the thing, right? How do you know if this is going to break up? Money flow crossover money flow coming up would indicate that this is probably going to be more likely to break to the upside. Now, although this was very short-lived, we were able to predict that push to the upside out of this range, right? We did it live on this stream and in the premium Discord. Maybe not on the stream. I don't remember. It might have been on the live stream, very likely. But I know we were talking about in the premium Discord. But now we are seeing this again. However, this is now lined up with a weekly green dot, right? So that could potentially give us a little bit of extra fuel to see a little bit more of a continuation. But remember, it's the overall trend, right? This VWAP now, if you look at the 10-hour, is starting to come down. So if we do print a red dot here, we do have some kind of a bearish divergence with the higher high on your price action, either equal highs or lower highs on your momentum waves. And then once you get that red dot, it would be indicative of some kind of pullback. But again, as long as that money flow stays in the green, we would be anticipating that uptrend to continue, to put a higher low, and then get that next leg to the upside, breaking structure to higher prices. Now that's locally, right? That's kind of the thing that makes me think that maybe as long as you get above that big level of resistance sitting at $64,000, like remember that, you still got to, come down and then blast through all that resistance. If we don't blast through it now, you do have that resistance up there. But once you crack that $64,000 zone, 63.5 to 64.5, that's where the 786, the POC becomes very, very likely to get hit. And again, once we get up there, that's where we can assess the situation. Maybe money flows coming up on even higher time frames, where we're looking at 2-day. Maybe the 2-day comes back up, 3-day comes back up. Because honestly, guys, this 2-day, still not really looking too hot, right? This is very choppy, but we're still not even getting really super hard curves to the upside. But we have to reassess the situation if we can get up there, right? Now, another big thing that I want to see for a continuation up, guys, is going to be a close, a daily close above that 786, right? So we pull that 786, pull that 786 one more time. If you just want to mark off the level on your chart, simply, it's 62,350. Now, I would like to close this daily candle above. I do not want price to come back down here and close below this level, because at that point, on the higher time frames, it could mean that resistance that we just broke through is, going to continue to be resistance right here, right? And then at that point, if we do wind up closing below there, right, could be a bigger correction. If we don't hold that value area low, it could be the bigger drop, right? But again, with that money flow in the 10-hour, things are starting to look okay here. But until we close the daily below there, I wouldn't be too worried. And then really, even if we do come down, value area low at $60,000, as long as we hold this level, I would remain bullish for higher prices, potentially looking for that POC to come in, understanding you have that turbulence right here. But with all that being said, guys, things are pretty exciting right now. But yeah, we'll have to see how far we can get down here. Yeah, I would like a little bit of a retracement. I am not short from the high just yet. I don't know. That's a nice little stair step to the downside. Maybe we can get some kind of retracement up to try to find a short entry. Maybe we'll take it live. But yeah, 15-minute green dot got rejected here. Came up. I was waiting for this 15-minute green dot for a little retracement. But yeah, just starting to get a little bit of a rejection there on the 0 line. But overall, guys, I don't think a pullback here is that unlikely, right? And reasons being, right, we're starting to get those bearish divergences here. 30-minute bearish divergence as we were hitting that critical level of resistance, right? Let me just go ahead and hide that. A lot of these time frames got the big move up into key resistance, and we are starting to get a lot of those bearish divergences, right? Higher highs on your price action, lower highs on your momentum waves, and we got this on a lot of time frames. 80-minute also had a pretty decent bearish divergence. Higher highs, lower highs, even the lower time frames like 15-minute, right? And I go over this, guys. By the way, I did shoot our next video in the beginner series, which is going to be going over Fibonacci retracements. Oh, baby. This one's saucy, guys. This one's saucy. But I talked to you guys about, there's the drop, baby. There's the drop. But yeah, we're going to talk about kind of how you could use the Fibonacci retracements to get better entries into your trades. But similar to that video, right? You come up to key resistance here, you get those higher highs on price action into that key level of resistance, and you get those lower highs on your momentum waves. So that would be considered somewhat of a decent place to look for a pullback, right? As you're getting the bearish confirmation, as you're hitting that key level, that's where you look for the continuation down. Unfortunately, I was in bar replay mode recording recording the tutorial here as we were hitting that level. But yeah, pretty nice rejection here. So we'll have to see what happens. And again, all this money flow, 12-minute money flow also starting to come out here a bit. So not the most impossible thing to see that continuation. Yeah, low time frame money flow coming out. We also have the 4-hour red dot printing. So as long as this 4-hour red dot prints, 15-minute money flow may be able to mark the bigger move to the downside. This is just, I'm too late to the party here as I was filming that video. So unfortunately, this is just too late for me to enter. But if we got a little retracement, I might take a stab. But yeah, there you go. Shout out to, let's see. Oh, hey, hold up. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Let's go gifting those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. Oh no, hang on. We got to redo that. There's headphones plugged in here. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto for gifting those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. And shout out to anybody who just got one of those memberships. If you did just get a membership, go ahead and drop a, I don't know, do we need a Bubba's Crypto emoji? Go ahead and drop a candle in the chat if you just got a free membership, guys. Actually, no. Drop a Bruce Buffer. Drop a Bruce Buffer in the chat. You should have access to those emojis if you just got a free membership. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Shout out to Mr. T Crypto said, let's go, baby, let's go. Hey, guys, we got the Bing Bong Cannon back. We got the Bing Bong Cannon back up and running. This was actually out of batteries for a while. But yeah, we got the Bing Bong Cannon back so we could just snipe the camera with some hungies. Let's go. We also got some 20s in there as well. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Let's get it. But yeah, guys, that is what I'm looking at here for the Bitcoin price action. So yeah. That's not looking too horrible. Hopefully, we can make it up to that POC, but I wouldn't be surprised for that pullback. And if we do get the pullback, very clearly the key level to hold is going to be that value area low, guys, right? Not only is it the value area, oh, man. Come on, stay above the 786 there. Stay above the 786. So yeah, 62,350 would be a pretty key level to hold. But all in all, for the most part, guys, this golden pocket, 786 and value area low is now key support, right? Because the idea here is we just want to stay within our volume profile, right? We just want to stay within that value area. Because as long as we stay above here, we can look up towards that POC, look up towards that value area high. And again, let me go ahead and, let me go ahead and pull up those heat maps really quickly. And I know, we've looked at these heat maps quite a few times here recently. But if we go ahead and take a look here, bada boom, bada bing. Let's call it 1 year. There we go. And you guys can see here, right? A lot of liquidity sitting up here. There we go. Sitting up here above about $70,000. Really above these highs here, right? Let me just make sure these settings are good. Yeah. So yeah, sitting above, between $70,000 and $74,000 here. We do have that significant amount of liquidity, and the closer we get up to that level, the more those levels are likely to act as a magnet, right? These liquidations will suck price up very likely, like a magnet, and that's what we want if you want price to go up. So there you go. 60K would be a great. Be great. Tell the Chinese to dump it. Shout out to Jenny. We're hitting the liquidity below as we speak. Yeah, so if I pull up the lower time frame liquidity heat map here, go ahead and zoom in. I will say, like now locally, $57,000 holds a bit of liquidity as well. So, I wouldn't really like to come back down there. I'd really like to hold this zone between 60,000 and 60,000, or I should say 58,781 and 60,100. I'd really like to hold above that. 60K all the way down to 58.8 really is the zone. I would prefer to hold above that, but we do have liquidity sitting down there, which is very likely, right? It's like not uncommon to see that, especially just below higher lows like this. But let me actually pull those back up. Yeah, so we do have some liquidity sitting down there. Let me check the hyper local liquidity here. Yeah, so even down to 62, 160. Oh, baby. Yeah, sitting at about, yeah, I mean, we do have some liquidity sitting here, 62.5. Yeah, if you do get a pullback, 62K could be a nice local level to look at. Probably a local golden pocket if I had to guess. Let's see here. Bada boom. Actually, let me pull up the 1 hour. Yeah, probably sitting just below here. Yeah, just below that 786. So yeah, just below this range essentially. If we do come down, maybe we can get something like that. But yeah, we'll have to see how price plays out here. But yeah, for the most part, if we do get a retracement, I would be interesting with all those bearish divergences. Shout out to Dave Digital. What is going on, bro? Dropping those candles in the chat. Let's get it. Let's see. I'll take 62K and flip long. Let's go. Shout out to Jenny Swanson. I want 60K. Yeah, let's go. But yeah, I will say, listen, 4-hour bear divs, even this 4-hour, higher highs on your price action, lower highs on your momentum waves, just the red dots as well. Remember, this is a pretty strong move, so, I would be a little bit cautious here. But yeah, if we did get a little local retracement here, I would like to potentially... I don't know if we're going to get this. I don't know if we're going to get this, right? But if we could get a retracement up into this golden pocket 786 zone, I would probably be looking like this is not a signal, right? It depends on what price looks like when we get up here. If it happens live, we'll see what it looks like live. But that would be something I'd be looking at, some kind of retracement zone I'd be looking at for a potential pullback, and maybe look to take a little bit of a short. But I don't know if we're going to get lucky enough to get up there. We're just going to kind of dump down and seek out that liquidity. Come on, 15-minute green dot, push us up. Maybe we'll scale in here. In. But there you go. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Milton. Milton says, you ain't getting 60K. I'll defend. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, so there you go, guys. That is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. Can we hit 67K? I do think it is possible with that 10-hour money flow crossover, but might be more likely to get a little pullback in the meantime, or before that actually winds up happening. So there you go, guys. And with all that being said, I'm just kidding. I was gonna trick you. Where's Mrs. Candles? I need some Aztecian cactus moss water, I think. I guess I'll just drink regular water, Mrs. Candles. Mrs. Candles won't let me drink Aztecian cactus moss water anymore. She's sick of me throwing money all over the place and having her make her picking up. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. I'm kidding. She just does it because she's nice. I'd never ask her. Shout out to Lucho said, show ETH. We're going to take a look at Ethereum right now, guys. We'll take a look at XRP. Take a look at XRP, and then, drop those altcoins in the chat. Spam that like button, and spam those altcoins. Rob the Crypto Stomp, count up the votes, and let us know what we're looking at, and we'll drop you some sauce on some altcoins. 76K first, then 28K to wreck it all. Shout out to Great White. Woo, baby, that would be intense. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Cranky Fandles, shout out to DJ Johnny. Elite Ways EZ said we're going to hold this level, hit the POC, then push up to 70K hard and fast, initiate liquidation, then 80K. I like that. Shout out to Elite Ways. I would prefer that to happen, to be honest. I hope we just get a push to the upside. Shout out to Captain Kirk, said Frankie going through puberty again. Let's go. Shout out to Captain Kirk, also known as Sergeant Kirk. All right, Link, spam those altcoins. We'll start taking a look at them right now. Also, guys, spam one in chat, or spam candles in chat if you want. Spam candles in the chat if you want. Spam the regular candles, though. Tony, we got to get new candles. I don't like these purple and blue candles. I'm going to be honest. Tony, he's going to do this in 30 seconds. Can you recreate the traditional candle emoji, just purple and blue? I don't know. Those look like firecrackers to me for some reason. Like upside down firecrackers. I don't know. Let the Mafia pick. But anyway, drop those candle emojis. If you guys want to bring back the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure, I think it's about time. If things get exciting, if we just dump back down to 40K, oh, God, it's going to be brutal. But if we start pumping again and things start getting exciting, maybe we'll bring back the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at Ethereum here, because Ethereum is finally getting a little bit of a move. As you guys know, the next level to the upside for Ethereum for us was this daily / golden pocket retracement. If we go ahead and pull it here, candles in the chat for the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. Guys, if you don't know, I used to eat crickets on stream when we first started the channel. Every time we hit like goals, it was every 100 likes, I think, was a wheel. I forget what we did. Was it every 100 likes was a spin on the wheel? I think it was. And we'd spin the wheel. No, I don't remember what it was. How did we choose how much we spun the wheel? I don't remember. But yeah, I used to eat bugs. We used to do push-ups, jumping jacks. I'm pretty sure I got a bone bruise doing laps around the studio when we were doing that once, too. That elbow still sometimes hurts. I'm not even lying. But there we go. But let's see here. Right on Ethereum, guys, as you know, the next target to the upside for us was that golden pocket daily. We actually did come right up to that level as we kind of hit our head on that daily, and very similar to the 62,350 golden pocket on, or I'm sorry, 786 on Bitcoin. Hit our head, and then bing bong, right up towards that 786. So, yeah, not looking too bad there. So next stop for this, very simply put, right? as long as we held above this point of control, we were looking up towards the daily golden pocket. So, well, 786 is kind of already like involved in that, kind of already like combined with that as a zone. But, we break that 786. Very simply put, even that daily golden pocket 786 zone was really just a local level on the journey to potentially see that value area high come in. So value area high sitting at 2560. And that's going to be the next key level, right? Break above that, then we can start to look for higher prices, where I would probably just start looking at this local profile that we kind of created while we deviated above this range in August. So yeah, once you get above 2550, next stop would probably be 2659, all the way up to about 2730. And then once we break out of that, finally, once you get above that, guys, you can finally go ahead and get a move up into that bigger range, which is sitting up here towards the macro golden pocket retracement, which is sitting at about $29 to about $3,000. And in my opinion, this weekly naked point of control is even better, harder resistance. So, but we're pretty far away from that at this point, right? If we pick up the higher time frames, and this is all, in agreeing, this is all assuming that these rate cuts are just going to continue to pump us, because as you guys know, taking a look at the historical rate cuts here, and again, this is a little bit different. You can't really, in my opinion, compare this apples to apples, because it was a very different time. But yeah, we've seen, rallies, after rate cuts just end in long downtrends. I'm not necessarily, saying this is guaranteed or anything, but, especially with a 50 basis point rate cut, kind of does show that they may be scrambling to, they may have not cut rates soon enough. So I don't know. It might not be a good sign. But you could, obviously have a significant rally before, you wind up seeing the bigger downtrend. But again, I'm not really comparing this apples to apples. I'm just simply, this is all we have to go back on. We can only go back to history, and this is like, you can rally after them before just turning back around, right? I'm sure everybody here, it's the bear market came in. We had a 350% rally on price, and then finally they start cutting rates. This is typically not really the most bullish thing ever, right? They cut rates, you get the rally, and then it just winds up coming down as they continue to cut rates, and then eventually that looser monetary policy kicks in and gives you the big ride up. But again, this is a different point in the market. This was before the halving. It's a lot different back then. It's just a totally different spot. But when you have the rate cut come in, you do see those rallies come in sometimes. It doesn't always necessarily mean all-time highs. But again, we are technical traders here. So if we see a reason to look for higher prices, we're going to call for those higher prices. It does not matter what is going on in the news, in my opinion. So there you go. Not that it doesn't matter, but again, oh baby, we're not getting the retracement. Come on, baby, pump it, push it back up. Let me get in, baby. Let me get in. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob, said pin my next comment. Shout out to Rob. Thank you for that, my brother. Replace pinned comment. Let's go. 304 likes, guys. Let's pump that up to 400 likes in the next, I don't know, in the next 37 seconds. Let's ride that up. On the count of three, everybody smash that like button. 1, 2, 3. Smash that like button from 303 to 350 in 30 seconds. Smash that like button. Let's see if we can glitch out that like button. 314 from 303 straight to 314. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on. I wish there was a way that I can randomly select. Tony D, let's try to come up with that, bro. Let's try to come up with a way that we can randomly select a live chat. Is there a way to do that? Shout out to Amy Loves Crypto. Welcome in. Oh, 350, baby. And that was in way less than 30 seconds. Actually, it was almost 30 seconds exactly. There's the timer. Let's go. Shout out to the Mafia. 349. Give us one more. 355. Run it up to 400. Run it up to 400. Let's go. Oh, God, we're going to have to do something. I'm going to have to bring out Mrs. Candles. Mrs. Candles will do a face reveal, even though she has done a face reveal on this stream before. 550 likes. Mrs. Candles will face reveal right after the stream. Let's go. Shout out to Al Jr. said, I was liking the stream while you were feeding the goats. Let's go. That's what I love, bro. Tex-Mex Biomax in the chat. Let's get it. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Nate B. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. He says, yo, what is up, Mafia? Frank, hey, Frank, till we get you the best, because you the best. Give him the likes. PPLA. People, let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Crypto Nate B. But guys, on Ethereum, that's what I'm looking at, right? Very simply put, looking within this range. Next target, if we continue up, is going to be the value area high, sitting at 25.56. Bitcoin's already gotten its run here a little bit, so maybe
Yeah, maybe we could see that. So that's kind of the current range I'm looking at. Also, guys, another thing to realize here is we do technically have some kind of bullish divergences down here on the higher time frames. But again, money flow is still looking a little bit sus. Going to be keeping a close eye on these higher time frames. Shout out to everybody hitting those little emojis down here. Let's go. I love these. I always see these popping up in the corner of my eye. Let's get it. But the yeah, I mean, we also have the weekly green dot printing on Ethereum with that 10-hour money flow about to cross over into the green. So it could look like we could have a little bit more not turbulence, but a little more working out to do before we wind up getting up to higher targets. But value area high at 2560, and then after that, the real major levels is up here between $29 and $3,000. Can we see that? I don't know. Maybe we'll take a look at others in a minute as well. But next on the list, baby, let's go ahead and check out Gala. Let's check out Gala, or Gala, as some people call it. I don't know why you would call this Gala, but some people do it. All right, let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's get it. Oh God, why is Mrs. Candles in the closet? Mrs. Candles. Anyway, guys, 550 likes. Mrs. Candle's face reveal. She's in the closet right now. I don't know why she's in the closet of the studio. I think she's cleaning in there. Shout out to Mr. T Crypto. Said, Sui, please. We can try to take a look at Sui. No problemo. Shout out to Dave Green. Said, Frankie, I'm sending you my wallet keys. You can trade. I have 30K there, and we can split the profit. Shout out to Dave Green. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Everybody always says that. Like, I'll send you money, and then, you could trade for me, and we'll split the profits. And that's I would never do that. I don't even do that for my family or my friends. It's super. I would never trade with someone else's money. I wish I could. Otherwise, I'd have to do it for everybody, and that would be way too stressful, right? There's a chance I can lose the money too, right? Just because I can trade doesn't mean that I'm going to win every single trade, and it's just too risky. I would never want to take that chance. So shout out to you, bro. Please don't send me your private keys. I appreciate you though. But yeah, I get people have asked me that in real life, and I won't even. If my mom gave me money to trade, I would never do that. I will make money trading, and I like giving away money, right? So, but anyway, let's continue on here. But yeah, 10-hour money flow crossover into the green is not really there. VWAP coming down. This actually doesn't look as good on the 10-hour as Bitcoin did. Let's check out that weekly. Weekly VWAP's kind of already over the 0 line. Let's see here, 6-hour, 4-hour. Okay, yeah. So 3 and 4-hour red dots are printing. Right, 3 and 4-hour red dot's like about to print, right? So we're looking for that red dot on the 4-hour. Checking that lower time frame money flow. Let's see, yeah, money flow, kind of staggering to the downside. Nothing really too crazy here, but I will say, like, if this money flow continues out, 12 minutes starting to come out here a bit as well. Check the daily, Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets some kind of cool-off. I'll be honest, like, if it gets really volatile here, it's not impossible for the VWAPs to just kind of get wonked out here. But, I'll be honest. Yeah, no real clear signal here. To be quite honest with you, I mean, we're back above this volume profile, which is nice, right? We broke out here, tested the value area low of this range, and then we came back down to test this, and now we're kind of just holding above. I mean, next key levels to the upside, if you do continue up, value area low sitting here at 0.02, POC sitting at 0.02170, and then the value area high sitting up here at 0.02473, right? Like, these numbers are kind of hard to read when they're so low. But yeah, that's kind of your hopes, right? Get above that value area low, and then come and see the flip of the POC and the full fill of that range. But yeah, I would not be interested in a trade here, to be quite honest. If I was interested in a trade, I'd wait for the 4-hour red dot and see if I could get those lower time frame money flows to cross over into the red for a bigger move down. But yeah, this isn't really looking great for a trade. In my opinion, 3-day green dot printing, 4-day green dot printing. Yeah. So you'd really like to see this. Yeah, this money flow is kind of chopped up, right? This is like this is hard to read. This is choppy. I would not be looking to trade this. Let's see. Shout out to Jesse. Said, sorry for stop hitting the heart. My thumb started hurting. Shout out to Jesse, bro. I appreciate you, though. I appreciate you there. Spamming that heart until his finger's going to fall off. Let's get it. Shout out to Cherry. Why did I say Cherry? Shout out to Jesse. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. I'll take over for you. I'll cover for you. I'll self-love myself. Self-love is important, guys. Mental health. Mental health is very important. I'm not even kidding. I'm not being sarcastic. It's very important. There we go. Spam that heart. Let's go. Let's see. I don't know. Shout out to Wick589 said, I don't need flavor. I'm a white boy. I like to boil my chicken. Really underscores the natural flavors of the bird. Shout out to Wick589. I just saw recently a Instagram an Instagram reel that was it said when I don't want to get too controversial, but it said when people, when there's coleslaw at the event, when there's coleslaw at the function and unflavored chicken, and it was just like people, what is it called? Like Irish step dancing. You had to see it. You had to have seen it. Anyway, let's continue on. Shout out to Wick589 and his wife, Wick's wife, Fine89. Let's go. But yeah, that's what I'll be looking at on Gala, guys. Those are pretty much the key levels. If we pull our fib from, come on here. Come on. Pull the fib here from the high to the low. Yeah, golden pocket retest. Yeah, I would just say, honestly, next target for Gala, if you get the continuation up, would be sitting right here between 0.2080 and 0.02105, if that makes sense. Just pause the video and check the numbers. But that would be the next target here. I'll actually leave this as we'll see if it plays out. So there you go. All right, moving on here. Let's go ahead and take a look at sweep. Let's go. Sui. Shout out to Daddy Wellness. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Sui. All right, so here we are. I don't remember the last time we looked at this. I assume it was recently before this breakout, right? Let me see. I can always tell by where the fibs are pulled from, right? Because if the fib is valid, okay, so that means we were probably up here. No, hang on. Let's see. This fib is pulled from here to here. Okay. All right, yeah. So we were probably here looking for pullbacks. We did not get the pullbacks. So there we go. I never want to come up here and say we said it was going to pump. We hit the level exactly if it wasn't the truth. So yeah, I don't think we got that retrace, but that's okay. Let's go ahead. Whoops. Come on. Get rid of the fib. There we go. I'll get rid of all these fibs. And I'll just redo these levels here. So yeah, I mean, this volume profile is, and here's the thing, guys. Perfect example once again. Very similar to what we're looking at on Bitcoin. Frankie Candles. I've been using the volume profiles. You told me about them, and now you look for the shorts at the highs, look for the moves back down to the POC. Sometimes most of the time you get to the value area low, but here's a good example of not getting to the value area low, flipping the POC and coming back to the high, but then you go back to the low. But the idea here, guys, is what happens when you want to look for a breakout or a breakdown. Well, most of the time, I like to long the lows and short the highs. So whether this breaks up or down, oftentimes I'm in a trade from one end of the range. But you can kind of identify a breakout here with money flow coming up, and especially on the 10 hours seems to be a good kind of signal here. Well, you kind of got a fake out on this one, but at the end of the range here, right, price creeps up, starts putting in the higher lows, you break out here, and then you get a money flow crossover into the green, and that's where you get the bigger breakout. Not too shabby. But yeah, getting a push up here on Sui. So let me I'll get you the next key levels here. So I would pull this range here. I would actually adjust this slightly. Bada boom. Bada bing. There we go. And I would pull the high. Let me lock this. The POC and the value area low. Bada boom, bada bing. Let me know, guys. Let me know if you guys want me to drop the second beginner series video today. And I'll be honest, I don't really know if this is going to be too chronological. It's very hard to pick what I make the videos about first. Like, should I do fib levels first? Should I do support and resistance first? Should I show candlestick patterns first? I do honestly I will make candlestick pattern videos, like to show like how to read actual candles, but I do assume that most people have like general knowledge. If you're on a TA channel learning how to trade, like I'm going to give the video to go A to Z, but I figure like most people probably already know that, so I don't think it matters too much like what order I go in. But yeah, let me know. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys, BTC retrace alert. Yo, let's go. Who said that? Yo, shout out to Jane. I'm going to call you Jane. Shout out to Jane. Let's go. I appreciate you doing the Lord's work out here. Let's go. Today, shout out to Tony D. It's not far enough along. I am personally cutting these guys, so it does take a little bit longer. But yeah, it's hard to find, other than Tony D, it is hard to find people who can cut a video because it's like, especially with these videos, they're so technical. They cut off like a tiny little thing. It could be absolutely like dire to the actual tutorial. But yeah, I'll try to finish it. I'm going to finish it tonight, and then maybe we'll drop it tomorrow. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to drop it tomorrow, or maybe we'll drop it for some Sunday sauce. I don't know. Let me know. Yeah, Jane with the rocket ship. Yo, let's go. Shout out to Jesse. But yeah, there's the retrace alert here. See if we could come into, this is an old fib I pulled before the stream started. Yeah, let's see here. Let's see. Might start to scale in here, right? Because I'll be honest, like if we're going to pull back here a little bit, I am being very patient. I'm being patient, but I'll be honest, like if we retrace here, the way the 4-hour looks, right? 4-hour red dot. I'm going to be careful, right? Like to me, if we can get a retracement up here, it's a pretty low risk to reward, right? So like, we look at something like this. It's a pretty low risk to reward, right? Like stop above the high, even stop above the 786, and then you look for like a little bit of a retest. Like even if you come retest 62K, it's a decent risk to reward in my opinion, right? Just catch that nice little scalp to the downside. Even if you're expecting more upside, just capitalize on these moves. You don't need huge moves to make good money, guys. Just remember that. I always talk about this. If you're leverage trading, right? And again, you have to be very careful. Leverage trading can be a very, very dangerous thing. But if you understand what you're doing, right, and you understand what you're looking at, and you know risk, and you practice good risk management, knowing risk management and practicing good risk management are two completely separate things. But there we go, baby. Push up. But yeah, if you are able to trade with leverage in a responsible way, it can be a very, very lucrative thing, right? Because you don't really have to risk. You could use the exchange's money, right? If you're using it, you could put $100 on the trade of your own money, use 10x leverage, and then have a $1,000 position size. Not everybody has $1,000 of their own money to put in, right? And with 10x leverage, you're not going to get liquidated immediately. And again, it is risky. I recommend you guys check out the Femex video and the Blowfin video that we just dropped. I kind of dropped some sauce on leverage trading. I think the Blowfin video? If you guys check that out, I think that's the one. The Femex video, I show you guys how to use demo trading. Funny enough, Blowfin came out with a demo trading feature very soon after that, so they have one too. But if you look at the Blowfin video, it's like an overall, like the only leverage trading video you ever need to see. I explain everything. I explain the relationships between leverage and position size. I talk about changing your leverage while in positions, why you might want to do that to help you manage your risk and free up capital. Tony D, if you could drop that video, you could drop both of them, but if you drop the Blowfin video specifically, all it takes, guys, is $200 a day to replace a yearly income for most people in America, right? I think it's like 50K or 60K is like the average income. And I'm not saying it's like as easy as just like opening an exchange and making $200 a day, but if you dedicate yourself to learning the craft, it is a realistic goal to get, right? Like you don't have to be making 3K in a couple of days. Like I know I show my trades here sometimes, and sometimes we show smaller ones, sometimes we show bigger ones, but don't get caught up in position sizes. Sometimes I get caught up in position sizes, right? But yeah. Definitely go check that out. So there you go. Literally the only leverage trading tutorial you'll ever need. It explains everything. And then, they have please understand, leverage is risky. If you do not understand what you're doing, if you're new to trading, do not start with leverage. But if you want to learn about it, click that. And if you're interested in it, start on a demo account at least. Please, for the love of God. But anyway. But the point is, the reason I said that was because you don't need big moves if you're using leverage, right? You can increase your leverage. Again, not putting your life savings on the trade and cranking it on 100x leverage. There's responsible and irresponsible leverage trading. But that's the last I'll say that. Please understand that. But you don't need big moves. That's the whole thing. Because of the leverage, right? You could put a small amount of money. Like if you put $10 in a trade, this move is not going to get you a lot of money, right? You put if you put $5, $100 on this, you're not going to make a lot of money if Bitcoin moves 8%. But this is, I'll just use this because this is where I'm long from, right? Like if you have $100 and you're not using leverage, and again, I don't want to promote it too much because it can be risky for new traders, right? But I think I'm probably open about that to a fault, right? So you guys are probably sick of hearing me say that, but I have to be open about that because it's true. But a 10% move with $100 is not going to make you a good amount of money, right? But if you're using leverage, you can use a bigger position size, right? Like so for me, on this trade, right, I'm up about $3,000 on this trade in the past 2 days, right? And this is really not the move. I'm long from 58K, so it's not the biggest. It's not the biggest move, right? But you can make $3,000. The market moves like this all the time, right? Like in the grand scheme of things, this is not the biggest move, right? Like it's a little move here. You can make money here. Now, again, I am using I do have like a decent amount of capital on my trades here. So I have $2,300 on 10x leverage for this trade in particular. But obviously, you could do the math here. This is, on demo trading, you could do the math here on your leverage and stuff and kind of calculate how much you would make or how much you need price to move to make a certain amount of money. So, obviously I am putting a little bit more on the trade, compared to like $100, you'd have to put like a lot of leverage on $100 to get a, $25,000 position size. But, you don't need the big moves. That's the whole point, right? Like for me personally, like I can make $2,000 on this move, $3,000 on that move, $5,000 here, $1,000 here, like even on the tiny moves, like 500 here, whatever it is, right? You don't need huge moves, and that's why I like leverage personally. But anyway, come on, baby, keep retracing. Come on, shout out to Jane. Come on, keep it up, keep coming up. Jane, pump it back up there, bro. Pump it back up there. Mad Ad said, be very, very careful with leverage because you could get wrecked. Absolutely. Please, for the love of God, somebody clip this. If you are new to trading, please be careful with leverage. If you're gonna use it, please use a stop loss. Do not allow yourself to get liquidated. If you get liquidated out of a trade, it is your fault for not using a stop loss. And also keep your leverage low if you're new and you are, experienced somewhat in trading, and you want to start to play around with leverage. First off, do not deposit an amount of money you're not willing to lose, right? But even if you put $10,000 on a trade, as long as you have your stop loss, it will tell you how much you're going to lose before you actually lose the trade, right? Like, I can actually pull this up. Go check out the Blowfin video. It explains everything. I want to keep on the live price action here. Go check out those videos. Explains everything in, but please be careful because you can't get wrecked, but use a stop loss. If you use 100x leverage, price literally needs to move. Literally just needs to fart to the downside and you lose all your money, especially if you don't have a stop loss. So be careful. But yeah, anyway, liquidation is my stop loss. Shout out to Anton. I mean, listen, sometimes I don't have a stop loss, but anytime I don't use a stop loss, I'm aware of it, right? Like I say, hey, I'm only going to put $500 on this trade. I'm risking $500 on this trade. Sometimes I put a way bigger trade on and I only risk $1,000, but the $1,000 is my stop. I don't really lose $1,000 very often on a stop loss, but you just have to accept the loss, right? Like if you're saying, hey, if you go to Vegas and you say, hey, I'm going to bring $100, I don't care if I lose $100, then it's okay if you lose the $100, right? But don't bring your life savings and say, I only want to lose $100 and then lose your whole life savings, right? So just use a stop loss. Please be careful. Fart to the downside, lol. Shout out to Tyler Durden. But yeah, hopefully we can get this continued retracement here. Maybe we'll take a trade. But not that, never copy anyone's trades. This will probably happen after the stream. But anyway, so there we go. Gala, let's go back to Sui real quick here. Come on, Sui. Come on, Sui. Sui. There we are. So yeah, next levels to the upside for Sui, in my own personal opinion, are going to be 150. Sitting at the value area low of this next range. Remember, guys, the market is always seeking fair value. So very simply put, how can we find these really nice targets in the market? Well, where's the previous fair value, right? You obviously have some value down here. And then once you have imbalance, right, you have balance, and then you have imbalance in the market. Once you get that imbalance, price is going to naturally seek out previous fair value, right? The market is always only doing... two of three things, right? Like, or it's only really doing two or three things, right? You are either in balance, you are either seeking balance, or you're creating new balance, right? So it's just kind of like an endless cycle of finding fair value. It's like it's like any other thing, right? All these buyers are seeking fair value. Everyone's always seeking fair value. This is a market. This is an auction. This is buying and selling charted on a chart, right? And everyone's seeking fair value. So when you have imbalance, they're going to be seeking fair value. And if we have previously traded up here, this is what we consider previous fair value, right? So price is going to naturally seek out these levels and just go seek out that fair value, right? And that's why when you have volume gaps, like if we pull up the visible range volume profile here, let me go ahead and take off the levels real quick, take off that value area high, POC value area low. This is why oftentimes this is actually kind of a hard asset to do it on. But that's why you have volume gaps, right? You have value here. And then when you have a volume gap, price, that like there's no value here, right? So when you have imbalance in these volume gaps, right? If I draw this out real quick, inside these volume gaps is typically where you have imbalance, right? Because we had balance here, right? And that creates a high volume node, this high volume node, right? And then when you get imbalance to the upside, it creates inefficiency, right? It creates displacement, imbalance. There's many ways to say it, right? But you basically, create these gaps. And, fair value is here, and there is no real fair value here, right? And that's where you see price kind of just shoot through those levels. But where you do have fair value is where you have high volume nodes. And this is where price likes to stick to, right? So the high volume nodes are areas where price sticks to. The low volume nodes are places where price just flies right through. And it's because the price is always seeking fair value. If we were up here, right, and we were losing, we were getting imbalance, right? The sellers were out overpowering the buyers, and we had imbalance. Price is going to go then seek the previous fair value, right? And we'd be seeing the opposite, very likely, right? We can't guarantee that. But with that being said, very naturally, this is the next level I would be looking up to. Very simply put, sitting here between 150, POC sitting at 155, value area high sitting at 178. And as far as market cipher, daily money flow crossover into the green just occurred. Not too shabby, not too shabby. So yeah, that's not too bad, right? Money flow crossover into the green. 2-day money flow starting to work its way up. These higher time frames are still a little suspicious in my opinion, but they take time to fix themselves, right? So they didn't really look good, right? We have like fresh money flow crossovers into the red, and technically this is not fixed yet, to be quite honest. But, 6-day money flow back in the green. Weekly money flow crossover into the green. Yeah, higher time frames take time to play out. But, yeah, weekly money flow crossover does look pretty nice. Pretty nice. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at on SUI. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Mad Ads. Said, one time I was right out of the shower and I threw a short on CHZ. Shout out to Chili's. I think that's what that is. And then when I tried to buy it back, I went long 50x, and then I slipped on my hardwood floor and was rolling around on the ground. No way. Not out to Mad Ads. Bro, that is a wild visual. I'm not going to lie. Do not trade in shower, guys. Don't trade and drive. Do not trade in shower. This is not good. Shout out to Mad Ads. I'm sure he can co-sign that. Shout out to Mad Ads. I'll be honest. I've traded in the shower before, and when you get water on your phone screen and you tap in one spot and like it jumps around, there's actually 2 times I've gotten wrecked doing that. Not wrecked, but I've kind of like gotten slipped up doing things like that. Not a great thing. And then, I accidentally closed a really good Ethereum short because my phone screen was broken, and I was trying to move my stop loss, or I was trying to take profit or something. I forget what I was trying to do, and it just closed my position. Or I think it was, I don't remember what I was doing, but it closed my position. Infuriating. I was literally at the mall getting my new phone as I was trying to manage the trade, sitting in front of the Apple Store. I'll never forget that. Anyway, let's go ahead and it haunted me. Shout out to Mad Ads. Smash a like for Mad Ads, guys. We're at 450 likes. Let's go ahead and run it up to 500 in the next 30 seconds. Can we do it? Let's see if we can run it. We got 30 seconds on the clock right now. 3, 2, 1. Smash that like button. 30 seconds for 500 likes. I think we can get to 550. We're so close, but let's get to 500 first. Go ahead and smash that like. Shout out to all 827 of you guys tuned in right now. And with that being said, let's go ahead and check out Chainlink. So Chainlink, let me come on over to the live stream chart here. Chainlink is still within its range. I don't remember exactly when we looked at this last. However, we are still within this volume profile. Let me check these fibs real quick. Okay, so we never came back for this golden pocket retracement, or at least yet. 478 with 30 seconds on the. All right, we got another 15 seconds. Run it up, baby. 478, guys. 550 is what we're going for. Come on. Smash it. Let's go, baby. Bing bong. Oh, God. Mrs. Candle's going to kill me. Hang on, guys. Hang on. That was, I got to put less. I think we got to put less in there. Or maybe we got to use, oh, God. Mrs. Candles is going to roast me. All right. Anyway, let's continue on here. 486. So close, guys. Smash it while we're looking at smash it while we're looking at Link. Let's try to get 550 likes or 500 likes before we get done with Chainlink here. But yeah, Chainlink, let's take a look at the daily. I mean, we're just within our range, right? So key level of resistance right now, 1140. If we break out a little bit more, next target would be about 1194. Shout out to Dark Crash that smash that like button. 786 is sitting at about 1196. And then, yeah, like this is just kind of the range. I would look for this to get respected. If you do come up, potentially get a rejection back down here. Let's check that 10-hour money flow. Yeah, you might get some kind of turbulence. I would look to respect this range. Value area high between 1140 or value area high at 1140. POC sitting at 1039. And then your value area low is sitting closer to about 987. If... again, I don't know. It's hard to say, right? Because that 4 hour is probably close to printing a red dot. Yeah, you have no divergence, but you kind of might bing-bong around here a little bit. But once you break out of this range, one thing I would look to signal that break would be the money flow crossover into the green on the 10-hour. Daily green dot is printing. Ooh, this could be saucy. Okay, yeah. Oh, there it is, baby. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I don't love that the higher time frames like the 4 hour, the 5 hour, the 3 hour are printing and looking to print red dots up here. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get some kind of turbulence. But if that green dot confirms and that 90-minute money flow keeps coming up into the green, that could be a sign that you could get your move up to your next target, sitting at about, again, the 786 sitting at about 1197. So there you go. But other than that, that's your main range. And then in the long term, key level of resistance here, value area low at 1267. And, once you get that move above 1267, I would look for the move to the POC at 1440. Above that, look for your bigger move up to about 1765. So that's kind of the next. And again, it's all about a game of hunting out balance, right? We got imbalance. We created some new balance here, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was previous balance from the past. It was, right? If we take a look here, you guys can see I don't just like doing the TA. I like showing you guys what I actually look at to actually help you learn. But you can see we did have some consolidation here, creating that value. And if I go ahead and pull the volume profile here and I draw out this box, it'll probably be pretty close to that range that we're playing around in right now, right? So you can see it is a little bit bigger. We have created some kind of new value. Maybe not. Let me see. Yeah, we have created some kind of new value there. But for the most part, more often than not, you do seek out previous balance, which is nice. So if we get that imbalance to the upside, you would just simply look to your profile above as that next key level to look to get respected. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on Link. So watch that Market Cypher B stuff. If you have to rewind that and watch it again, please, for the love of God, do that. Let's see. Shout out to Dreamy. Said, can you take a look at... shout out to Dave Green. Said, I smashed it, but I can't hear you now. I think I smashed my speaker. Shout out to Dave Green. Let's go, bro. I appreciate you so much, man. Hang on, Tony D, that looks... shout out to Tony D with the new candle emoji. Look at that. I love that. Yo, that and a regular candle emoji. Ooh, baby. I love that. Tony, how are you doing this? Tony, how do you make these emojis? Tony is not an emoji maker. I don't know how. Anytime I ask Tony anything, Tony is literally like, God, I feel bad for taking Tony from what he was doing before he was with me. Before he was working with me, he said I had to redraw it. Unbelievable. Yeah. There's not a lot of people out there like Tony D. Like if I was like, hey, Tony, I need to build a shed, or I need to, Tony, I need to build a state-of-the-art electric car. Tony D would like be halfway done with it by the time it came out of my mouth. Unbelievable. Shout out to Tony D. Drop those purple candles in the chat if you love Tony D. You can't love him as much as I do because Tony D literally is the GOAT. This channel would not be what it is without Tony D. And he's also the best friend ever. He literally... There's not loyalty around like there is with Tony. Like someone like Tony is a rare human to find. So shout out to Tony D. Drop those candles in the chat for Tony. Let's go. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking at on Link, guys. Again, if you have to rewind and look back at that Market Cypher B analysis, definitely do that. But let's go ahead and move on to Solana, which is going to... Actually, let's do Cake real quick. Let's do Cake, and then we'll jump into Solana. That's the market cap. That's not what we want. So let's take a look at Cake. I actually haven't looked at Cake in quite some time. But you can see here... and oh, baby, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I do just want to show this if you're new to the channel. Oh, shout out to Tony D with the heart, with the crying emoji. Shout out to Tony D. Bro, listen, man. He knows this. He knows this. I don't just say this because I'm on camera. He knows this. But yeah, drop those emojis. Tony the Mafia loves you, obviously, but just not nearly as much as I would, though. Shout out to Tony D. It's a bromance, guys. I'm just kidding. Whatever. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. But anyway, I just want to show this, guys. Last time we looked at Cake, I'm almost certain I could almost guarantee you that what we were looking at here, just simply put, was talking about a quick move down often resulting in a quick move up. Now, obviously, we did not, you're not going to ever guess the time perfectly, but, when you have these, I'm sure there's a volume gap here. This is probably what we were explaining. And if you're new to the channel, I do just want to go over this so you can learn a little bit about how we do the TA here and how we're able to call these moves so well. And if we just zoom out here, I kind of have to get rid of the other price action here. Just look at it like this. Come on, volume. There we go, right? So what we were looking at here was, I could just tell by the way these lines are drawn, right? You get a quick move down to this level, meaning that this is now your key level, aka doorway to higher prices, right? So as price was approaching back up here, I'll actually come into bar replay mode so I can actually look at this more accurately, right? Come on, there we go. Fast move down often equates to a very fast move up, making it identifiable where you have these doorways to higher prices, right? Because wherever you wherever you get that quick move down to, and that's where usually that high volume node starts and that low volume node begins. So what we were looking at here was probably, hey, if we break through here and we can hold above this level, that's where we might get a quick move up to the value area low of this range. And obviously, if we just come out of bar replay mode, well, did I delete that arrow? Yeah, I deleted the arrow, but the arrow was like this, right? And you're never going to get it perfect, but you can see eventually we kind of bing-bonged around here. But once we broke that level, you get that exact quick move up. It was just a little bit later, right up to that value area low and POC. And I showed this, guys, because this is free sauce. This is free sauce. Not a lot of people give this away. And that's how you can find those moves. But anyway, current price action on cake. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stay above here. But very simply put, I would probably... Yeah, for right now, I would probably look at this local range as the next target. Next major target, right? You're obviously going to have some local levels of support and resistance in between, but I'll just kind of give you the major levels here. Value area high, POC, value area low. And there you go. Yeah, so if we're able to kind of crack out of this structure here, I would look for imbalance up to this next area, sitting between about 252 all the way up to about 295, giving you that nice bing-bong back and forth. Come look to expect to come respect this range. Expect to respect. And then once you break out here, you could come target that next higher level of resistance. But that would kind of be like what I'm looking at as far as the next big area to look for it if we see a big pump to the upside. Excuse me. Daily money flow coming up. You're kind of bing-bonging around. You could argue this is just trending to the upside. But yeah, that is kind of what I would look at. Whoops. 2 day. Yeah, let's see. 4 hours. You're probably getting the 4 hour red dots and stuff. Yeah, so, I would be careful of some potential turbulence here, right? Obviously, you're getting some kind of bearish divergences here. Higher highs on your price action. You actually SFP'd. Yeah, you have the higher highs with the consistent lower highs on your momentum waves, those bearish divergences, red dot about to print. Could give you that pullback potentially. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, that is, if you do pull back, I'd be looking at between, 175 down to about 172 for potential retracement. But yeah, locally you might pull back, but once you get that bigger move up, that's the zone I would be looking at. Higher time frames, nothing really to take away. Weekly money flow doesn't look horrible. But yeah, nothing really clear here. So I'll just leave you with the levels. So there you go. All right, let's see. 532 likes, baby. We're almost at 550. Run it up. We still got 540 people in here. Smash it up to 550, guys. I think it's a lock. Let's go. I appreciate you guys so much for smashing the like button. It's the easiest and most free way to spread this content and this free education out there to help more people, more Mafia members make money trading Bitcoin, whether the price is going up or down. Shout out to Gen Z. I know he smashed the like button. Can we revisit BTC? Yes, I will come back to BTC. I'll come back to Bitcoin right after we take a look at Solana. Actually, I didn't look at Solana today yet. And guys, it's at our target. Come on. Let's go. Unbelievable. Somebody clip it. Or not clip this, but go clip the last live stream where we were looking for the next target on Solana to be that 144 level of resistance where we had the POC of the range. The volume profiles are absolutely goated, guys. Absolutely goated. So yeah, get that move up to the POC. If we could flip, and it's not just the POC, this is also a local fib retracement. Let me go ahead and pull that really quickly. This is why you guys want to be subscribed to the channel. At Golden Pocket, POC, once we get above that and the 786 at about 153.22, once you get above this level here, that is where we can make a run for that bigger zone or bigger major target between 170 and 175. And I'm just going to say, we were looking for the target at POC Golden Pocket. Get above that 786. Next target, 170. Are we going to be sitting here going, oh my God, we hit the target again? I don't know. I kind of feel like we may. I don't know. It's not 100%, guys. I'm not going to sit up here. I don't want to sit up here and like act like, oh my God, we're going to 170 because we hit all those other levels. It's not the case. We could be wrong. We're going to be wrong at some point, right? We've been wrong before. We will be wrong again. But yeah, it's just the TA, guys. More often than not, you will see these targets play out, right? So there you go. Other than that, TA remains exactly the same, right? Like daily green dot printing with a nice little trigger wave here on Solana, guys. 90-minute. Oh, baby, the money flow crossover. I may be looking for a long on Solana. It's too soon to say exactly what level, but I will be waiting for some kind of retracement here to potentially look for a long on Solana if I get the confirmations I'm looking for. I like that daily trigger wave. The only thing here, money flow crossover into the red would not be indicative of a continuation to the upside. This would kind of mean that you may just kind of retrace here and then continue to move down. And that's the daily, though. 2-day green dot printing, 3-day, 4-day green dot printing. Yeah, money flow is a little wonked out as of right now, but Solana 6-day and weekly green dot hasn't even printed yet. Yeah, I just don't like that daily green. I don't like that daily red money flow crossover. I would really want to see this money flow fake back out into the green. So it's not like a 100%, a go, but that trigger wave does look good with the 90-minute money flow crossover. I'm going to be watching Solana very closely. I don't know. We'll have to see. We also are at mercy at like what these rate cuts are going to wind up doing for us in the long run. I know it's exciting right now. We're going to just jump over to Bitcoin real quick, getting that continued little, trying to get a retracement a little bit higher here. Yeah, I would like to squeak up a little bit more here. I don't know if you're going to get it. Right? We've already gotten the 786 golden pocket locally here. Yeah, all right, well, we got the 24-minute green dot. Yeah, I hope we can push up. I just don't know if we're going to get it yet. I don't know. We've already gotten that local retracement. I'd like to come up at least to this one. But it's hard to say if we're going to get it. Hopefully we can get up there. I don't know if we're going to, though. But yeah, and we're going to have to see what these rate cuts do, guys. I mean, again, like this is really exciting. And we can look higher as long as technically we're above these levels of resistance. We could keep smashing those targets to the upside or at least looking for those levels to get smashed. But I don't know. It's, we're going to have to see. There's a lot of stuff going on in the macro. But yeah. Shout out to shout out to LM. Says tonight at 2:30 a.m. Eastern time is the Japanese Fed meeting. If they raise interest rates, we're effed. Shout out to LM. 2:30 in the morning. Oh God, are we gonna get wrecked in our sleep? I don't know. I hope not. But guys, with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I will see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got to get to editing this video so I can drop it for you guys. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We got, 5 out of 5 targets hit now. I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and say we'll be wrong about the next one. 67K, if we could hit that POC, would be nice. But I don't know. We got to watch that money flow. We'll see what the rate cuts do for us here. But thank you all for thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. We got 550 likes. What did I say I was going to do for 550 likes? I don't know. We're going to do a big giveaway. We finally hit the 550 likes. We'll do a big giveaway. We'll give away some hats, some extra crypto on tomorrow night's live stream. So don't miss it. Smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these live streams and you can catch these moves before they happen like we do here in the Mafia. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong!
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm going to get that second bell. Where the f*** is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Space shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, thought they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threat, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
All right, you guys wanted it. Mrs. Candle's face reveal. Here it is. She did her makeup today. It looks a little shiny. Mrs. Candles, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life, but maybe go for a little less shine. It's looking almost plasticky. But you're beautiful, Mrs. Candles. But there you go, guys. Mrs. Candles face reveal. Drop those Mrs. Candles hands in the chat if you love Mrs. Candles. Yeah, we got some business to take care of, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road.